Higher premiums in Brazil and the tariff situation. That's what we are going to cover here on Connected Farmer with Jerry Giddell. And yet the corn and soybean prices right here on Connected Farmer, your channel to keep you up to date with the latest trends in agriculture and livestock. So, Jerry, we have had, after China has purchased a significant amount of soybeans out of Brazil, there is now a short absence in the market due to these higher premiums in the South America.
Right, right. Well, interestingly enough, that's prompted prompted uh, sales, or excuse me, the purchases from China on the oilseed side to be muted. They really have interesting choices right now. They have South America soybeans or they have U.S. soybeans, and right now they're still in a situation where they do not want to purchase U.S. because of their ongoing negotiations here or whatever they might be doing. Right now, we've had quite a few starts and stuffs. This all kind of reverberated around kind of an interesting choices here about 10 days ago that after there had been some type of I thought agreement between the US and China about rare earth uh, elements and that China decided that all of a sudden they still had the upper hand there and decided to increase uh, export tariffs on those, and so that reverberated into 100% tariff on U.S. soybeans and all kinds of things, corn, everything. Even I suppose some other, uh, even I think there's still a little bit of trade going on in some of the intellectual properties and computer programs in that too. But anyway, the interesting twist about all this is that despite uh, Trump talking about putting on 100% tariff on things going to China, he then, at mid to late week this week, decided that, in kind of his rambling approach to everything, decided to say that 100% tariff on things to China was unsustainable. Well, that doesn't help, in my opinion, does not help your negotiation point at this time, I should say. And so now here we are, uh, yet again, not having some kind of negotiation situation in that going forward. Right now, there still seems to be a meeting going to occur here between Z and Trump at this Asian conference here in South Korea. I think it's going to be close to the end of the month at this point. They haven't got a specific date or anything like that, but who knows? Hopefully, it's not a Halloween surprise for the U.S. But anyway, that's a real factor in this thing that we just keep bumping along. We're not getting anything handled here domestically or internationally here with the situation of getting the government back together or some kind of significant breakthrough here with China's being back in the fold, being a purchaser of U.S. grains.
Yeah, so w- with that statement that the president gave regarding the tariffs that they are not sustainable, do you see that as a factor that would boost the corn and soybean price?
Well, the key thing is uh, that yes, they're non-sustainable. We need to figure out how to get them lower than he's already stated, other than he decides to drop them back to some other value to get something going. From there, right now at least, we've got a good domestic demand going on here in soybean, U.S. soybean crush. We had a number that was about, geez, I think about 7 or 8 million higher than expected here for September. Looks like that the U.S. crushing industry is really gearing up for this expanded renewable diesel demand. In that, we have limited uh, inventories at this point, so of actual bean oil. So I think that's part of it. The one thing that's a little confusing is that they're talking about the NOPA numbers here being a lot closer to the final number, and that I unfortunately with the change that excuse me, the this thing was changing. The September number that got cut off here, excuse me, the August number that was supposed to be announced right here early in the month of October got delayed because of the government shutdown. So we don't have a comparison to a similar situation there. So right now, though, 197 million on soybean crush is very strong at this point. And even if it includes everything, both uh, all the particular U.S. crushings at this point, then it's still going to be a positive for us here going forward on things as we look at things, look at the world oilseed demand here at this point.
Yes, and we also had this week the announcement that the administration wants lower beef prices. So, what do you think that is going to happen with the grain markets with that statement as well?
Well, yeah, President Trump made an announcement that he had a plan to take care of U.S. U.S. beef prices, I should say. Didn't really reveal what it is. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to find created more beef. He's not at this point. Changed his stances on importing Mexican beef. To some extent, that's a little bit of a sanitary issue situation that's got things kind of complicated for him. And that in most cases here, I think bringing in more Mexican feeder cattle would be a positive for his plan, but I'm not sure that is really available to him here just yet. Uh, it's interesting in the President Trump can talk about what he might think he want to do or could do, but he doesn't always have the ability to do what he thinks he says. He made a statement this week he was going to throw out Spain out of the European Union, and everybody told him he couldn't do that. So he was stunned that he couldn't just make an edict like that, and everybody would jump on board. So to some extent, we had a one-day reaction, and maybe we have a little bit, but I think a lot of people are still going to want to see how that all going to happen here going forward on the beef side of things. To some extent, unfortunately, we're just in this early portions of trying to build a beef herd in the U.S. And so, right now, at least, we're probably still another 16, 18 to 24 months away before we get more actual beef being produced through the feed yards and that at this point. So probably what's going to happen here is that the price is going to go higher because we're going to hold back cattle to make them bigger. And so we get more beef that direction. So that's another situation going forward. And probably the other big news this week was the National Weather Service's forecasts for the first November through January and then December through February. And to some extent, the Eastern Corn Belt in Chicago looks like we're gonna have a lot more snow than we've had the last 3 or 4 years, and that and cold kind of mixed on that. Maybe not some blasts of it, but not having anything abnormally cold here. But the northern areas of the country will have some more chances for above normal precip and also below normal temps here going forward. To some extent, that could be a factor here on getting things moved around, but there is a significant part of the central U.S. that's going to have normal type stuff. And right now, they're still talking about the mid-south and the southwest having above normal temps. Not as much moisture, though, maybe down that direction either.
Yeah, so what do you expect for next week?
Well, I kind of feel like we're going to continue to bump along here. Technically, as long as we stay above the 405 zone here on December corn, or above the $10 the $10.10 range. We'll probably continue to keep moving. So I don't know if anybody wants to sell it, thinking that if something happens here with getting the government back going and we get some more purchases going on here, and that they want to sell it, but at the same time, nobody wants to buy it because there's lack of information. That we are also getting very close here to really punting on all the October USDA data, and they'll have to go looking towards November. That happened the last time back in 2018. They just didn't have an October crop report from the USDA. By the way, we're going to have an industry outlook meeting in Des Moines next week, and it'll be interesting to uh, have a chance to chat with other people in the industry how they sense this thing is going to develop towards the end of the year, the balance of this year, I should say, and that. So, the USDA unfortunately was going to have a data users meeting, which has now been canceled because officially they are still not back to work. So that's another feature that's a disappointment because I don't think that they can have a report if they're officially not open at this point, or an update about the data users situation here, which has always been a helpful scenario in the past to get a chance to chat with them about their various data they put out. But it's not going to happen. It looks like this week, this coming week. So. Um, Right now, I guess we're gonna continue to go sideways here as until we get more clarity of when the government's going to be back to work.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Take care.